Yo, what's up for you guys watching this on the YouTube replay? Yo, we're streaming on YouTube and TikTok right now. I'll show you how we're doing, dude. The market just keeps on going up in the after hours market. We're up 1.23%. Tesla had really good earnings today, but Enphase Energy missed on their earnings. They're like a solar stock. Oh, I better stop playing the music before I get copyright striked. All right. So yeah, we were just talking about Google right here. I also have Meta and Amazon I bought yesterday. Oh, that's what's up, dude. Yo, we'll check out AIRO as well. So yeah, Google, as you know, they own YouTube. They own Android, they own their own quantum chip, they own Waymo, so they kind of compete with Tesla, which is pretty cool. So anyway, that's one that I think's at a pretty fair valuation. Oh yeah, here's our Moomoo count. We were up 5.8% on the day in here, so pretty nice day. So Jack said, what have you seen on AIRO? So I've never heard of this company before, but I'll give you. Oh, so this is to be listed. So this company has not been listed yet. They will be soon in the future. I bought a lot of Google at 150. Nice. So we bought Meta and Amazon as well. Let's look at Meta real quick, dude. This is another company. They're kind of like Google, huge advertising stock. Look at the valuation. Meta's literally trading at 21 times net income. So that's a very fair valuation, 21 times PE. And look at the active users. Meta literally has 3.35 billion daily active users. So that's pretty nuts. And the best part is the profitability here. Meta made $21 billion of net income just in the most recent quarter. I mean, that's incredible, the bottom line here. So that's why I personally own them. Yeah, I own Google and Meta. Yo, I might be biased when I do analysis on these. But yo, look at this after hours pump, dude. This is incredible. Meta's up 3.77% after hours. And yeah, dude, Trump, here was the official news. Trump came and said he doesn't want to fire Jerome Powell and he wants interest rates to go lower. So it's overall just good news for the market. I think that's kind of why the whole market just pumped after hours. So yeah, I do own Meta and I own Google as well. So look at Google, man. They're down 18% year to date. Yeah, Tesla after hours too. Yeah, Tesla reported earnings and the earnings weren't good. But I don't know. So the only reason Tesla's up because Trump tweet. Tesla just reported earnings today. Tesla reported their earnings call is right now. If you go listen to Tesla, yeah, Tesla. The earnings weren't good, but the stock is up. So yeah, congrats if you own Tesla. They're up basically 10% on the day, so that's pretty incredible. And just look at the QQQs. I mean, the QQQ is up 2% after hours. That's definitely not just from Tesla. It can't be. Hey, what up, What15? What's up, man? Yeah, if you guys got any stocks you want to look at, let me know in the chat. I'm reading both the YouTube and the TikTok chat. So what's up? Yeah, good to see you, man. I'm streaming on my second account right now. Um, Elon said he's spending a significant less time at. Oh yeah, I heard that on the earnings call. Yeah, Elon's going to spend less time at Doge. Should focus more on the stock. You know what? I'll give you a quick analysis on Tesla. We don't have their most recent earnings report because they literally just came out with their earnings an hour ago. But the EPS, you see how it says they were expecting 35 cents. I think they reported like 28 cents. I don't remember, but anyway, I like that Tesla makes net income every quarter. At least they're a profitable company. Here's why they kind of lost their growth. Tesla's automotive revenue, it's actually down 5% year over year. We can kind of forecast that from their total vehicles delivered. It's actually down 13% year over year. So yeah, and they traded an expensive valuation, 120 times PE. But the stock is doing great. It's up another 5% after hours. Is Bitcoin worth throwing money at? So here's a cool thing about Bitcoin and crypto. I personally don't own any crypto, but it has a unique feature. Like Bitcoin doesn't report earnings. Like Bitcoin can't miss on their margins. They can't miss on their quarter vehicles delivered. That's a cool feature about Bitcoin. It trades 24/7, but it's also really risky. I would mainly stick to Bitcoin. Like look at Ethereum right here. It's literally down 47% the past 3 months. That's really unfortunate. Where do you see the pie graph that you have? Oh yeah, that's on this other app right here. So yeah, I don't recommend this app right here. It's full of garbage. But anyway, here's both of my portfolios combined right here. Like you can kind of see 12% of my portfolio is in McDonald's, and I got Google, Meta. So literally every stock is up today except for Perion Network. We are down 59% on that company. So anyway, let's look. Oh, yeah, dude. WA said Enphase Energy. So, yeah, Enphase Energy came out and reported earnings today. And no way, dude. They are down 11% after hours. So, yeah, they're down to $47. That's really unfortunate. I think I like a long time ago. Oh, look at that. See, I traded this one or something at $117. Well, it's $53 now. Here's the thing about Enphase. we don't have their most recent earnings report, but here's what kind of hurt them. Like they used to make a ton of net income every quarter. Then their net income went negative and they're slowly bringing back their margins. They actually are seeing an impact from tariffs. So I'll need to do some research on the in phase earnings call later. Oh, I haven't heard of this stock in a long time. PTON. So, yo, what up? Where is Omni Man? Yo, what's up, man? So here's PTON. So this is Peloton stock. Yo, I'm reading both the YouTube and TikTok chat. What's up, guys? So this is a $2.2 billion company. This was a huge pandemic play. Remember the Peloton like bicycle machines? These were huge back in 2021. You know, during the pandemic, everyone was staying at home working out. But let's see how they're doing now. So the revenue's down 9% year over year, and they're still losing money. So look at that right here. They're losing money every quarter. I guess the trend is getting better though. They're losing less and less money, but you know, nothing's really blowing me away there. The sales are down. They're still losing money. I want to see them at least get profitable. IONQ thoughts. I think that's a quantum stock. You know what? Let me go to the quantum watch list right here. So is IONQ on here? So I like this one for the growth that they have. I'd way rather buy an IONQ than like a QBTS. So check this out right here. This is the good news. Look at this revenue right here. The revenue is up 91% year over year. So that's some really nice growth. The sales are up 91% from the previous year. But yeah, bad news. Yeah, that's really bad. They lost 200 million just in the most recent quarter. So I'd be careful about IONQ just because of those net income losses. But I like the sales growth. What about ARKK? Yo, that's Kathy Wood's ETF right here. Yeah, we can see Kathy Wood's portfolio. You know, she owns Tesla, which is doing great today, Palantir, Roku, Roblox, Robinhood. Oh, and actually, this is such a cool stock. Has anyone heard of Shopify before? Let me show you why this one's heavily on my watch list. You know what? They're not on this watch list, but I'll add them. Look at this about Shopify. You can't make this up. This is so impressive. Literally in 2018, the sales were a billion. Now it's 8.8 billion for the full year 2024. I mean, that's some impressive growth on Shopify. So that's what I like about them. They have some nice growth. But you know what? We'll look at ARKK. This is Kathy Wood's ETF. This is what got what did we just click on? Here we go. This is what got Kathy Wood really popular. Look in 2019. This was crazy. Her ETF went from 50 to $150. It went up way faster than the SPY and the NASDAQ. But here it is today. Unfortunately, the stock has been dead money for the past 5 years. And here are the top holdings. It was what we just looked at. You know, Tempest AI, Roblox, Roku, Coinbase. So yeah, I'd be careful with that. Hey, what up? I appreciate you, Bougie. Hey, yeah, if y'all want to hit the follow button, we go live every day, twice a day. I don't sell anything either. I don't have a book, course, Discord, WhatsApp, Telegram. I don't got none of that. I'm just trying to give my opinion. Yo, what up, Rosh? I'm trying my best to get stock market. I lost 20K years ago, and I'm very yeah, dude. Yeah, like you got to be careful, man. Some stocks, you know, like this stock right here, you know, we've all had stocks like this. Like the stock's at an all-time low right now. But that's why I like to have a diversified portfolio, you know, learn from the mistakes. Again, I'm not an expert. Don't listen to me. I don't sell anything. Yo, Bougie, thanks so much for all the gifts there. No way. Bougie, thanks for all the gifts, dude. I really appreciate that. And you too, What15. I really appreciate that. So thank you so much. If you got a stock you want me to look at, let me know, Bougie. I will give you some analysis on them. As someone said, Sprouts Farmers Market, and that's a company that I also own. They're like a healthy grocery store. If anyone's heard of Sprouts Farmers Market, yeah, thanks again, Bougie. I appreciate you. Yeah, Sprouts Farmers Market. I do own 7 shares of them. They're pretty close to an all-time high. They've had a pretty good week, and here's what's so impressive about them: their net income is growing. Net income is up 60% year over year. Like no other grocery stores are growing like that. Like Costco isn't, Walmart isn't. So, yeah. Yeah, what up, hee hee? Yeah, I do like that one. Why AVGO not running higher? You know what? Let's check out Broadcom. I love this company right here. This one has a nice yield. So unlike Nvidia, they don't have the high of a dividend yield, but with Broadcom, you get a 1.3% dividend yield. So if you're a dividend investor, it's a pretty attractive one. Most people know them for their semiconductor solutions, but the best part, in my opinion, is their infrastructure software. Check this out. It is up 50% year over year. I mean, it's up crazy from, 2023. Now, this is what's so impressive to me, this incredible growth. And same with their actual bottom line here. The free cash flow was 6 billion. The net income was 5.8 billion in the most recent quarter. So they're the most profitable they've ever been. I love the growth there. Oh yeah, check out Realty Income. Yo, this is a really nice monthly paying dividend stock. So this company's in the S&P 500. They have a 5.5% dividend yield, and they're actually a REIT, a real estate investment trust. They do triple net leases, and this is the thing, you won't outperform the market owning this company. Like the stock is actually down from 2019, but you get a sustainable 5.5% monthly dividend, and I that's what I like them for. It's a good like diversification, and they do good when interest rates go down. Yo, what up? Ethan said, what do you think of BHC? Let's check it out. So, this is a health company, a Canadian health company. Yeah, dang. Unfortunately, the stock price has been heavily hurt recently. They're only a $2 billion company, but I'll give you some quick analysis on them. So, the pharmaceutical sales, it's up 3%. Nothing crazy. Devices are up 16%. That's good. OTC is up 4. So it's growing, it's not shrinking. That's the good news. Let's see. Yeah, revenue's up 6. They made net income. That's good news. They have more liabilities than assets. It's not terrible. Wait, Icon Capital. Does Carl Icahn own 9% of the company? No way. I didn't know that. If anyone's heard of IEP stock. But what they must have a nice. No, they don't pay a dividend. I wonder why the stock has hurt so much. Maybe I need to do some more research on that one. Chris said, "Oh, thoughts on SoFi? Yeah, dude, let's check out SoFi stock. I do own this one as well. Um, I might be a little biased on this one because I own them, but here's what I love about SoFi. Yo, JR23, is this pre-recorded? No, this is not pre-recorded. You can see the time in the top left. Here, I'll show you real quick my Robinhood account. Yeah, this is crazy. It's 6:59 for me, East Coast. We're up 1% after hours. But here's SoFi Technology. Sorry if I probably sound like AI or something, but this is what's so impressive about SoFi right here. Their financial services business. Look at this. It's at a new record. It's up 85% year over year. So, yeah, I'm reading both the YouTube and TikTok chat. What's up, guys? Yeah, if you got any stocks you want me to look at, let me know in the chat. I'll try and get to all of them if I can. So, yeah, the financial services business is growing like crazy. And also, the lending business is at an all time high. The lending revenue is up 19% year over year. So, it's good to know that SoFi is growing. And look at this. If we zoom out to last year, they used to lose net income every quarter, 100 million a quarter. No one could take them serious. Well, now SoFi is making net income every quarter. So yeah, people are starting to take them serious. Ooh, here, what do you think about Target? So yeah, dude, Target right here is a really nice dividend play I've been hearing. Check this out. So if you buy Target right now, oops, you get a 4.7% dividend yield. That's close to a realty income yield. So you get in your 5% dividend yield, and the payout ratio is only a 50%. So they actually have room to raise their dividend. Look at the PE. The PE is historically lower than it was in 2020. They're trading at 10 times net income, but this is why they're getting hurt so much. They are in all these other more discretionary sectors like household essentials, home furnishing, apparel. Like apparel is getting hurt right now, and they kind of lost their growth. The revenue is down 3% year over year, and the net income is down 20%. So that means they're losing their net margins, but the dividend is still safe, I believe. Again, nothing in this is financial advice. I'm not an expert. You could lose a lot of money like I did on this company right here. So, ooh, here we go. Is this an ETF? SCHF? I've not heard of this one. So this is the Strategic Equity ETF. So let's see, what's the dividend yield? So a 3% dividend yield. What are the top holdings? Oh, so this is really interesting. This is a bunch of companies that aren't in the United States. So yeah, these are all non-US companies. I'll add them to the watch list actually. That's very cool. Obviously it hasn't kept up with the S&P 500, but it's a good like diversification. If you want some exposure just to outside the US, that could be good. Why is everything going up? Yo, what up, Ollie? Yeah, so to my best guess, Trump just came out and said he wants interest rates to come lower and that he doesn't want to fire Jerome Powell. And that's just kind of sending the whole market up. Dude, Meta keeps on going up. They're up a whole 4% after hours. I mean, Amazon. Let's see how Tesla's doing. Tesla, they're on their earnings call right now. Yeah, Tesla's up 5% on earnings. Dude, like Amazon hasn't reported earnings, but they're up 4% today. This is great. I mean, at least for my Amazon position. Yo, we're almost back positive on our Amazon position. You know what? I'll give you a quick analysis on Amazon since I'm so bullish on this one. I bought a share of them yesterday. I guess that was fortunately timed. But check this out. I'll give you my quick analysis on Amazon right here. This is the best part. The net income was $20 billion in the most recent quarter, up 89%, literally to a new record. They made a record net income. And, they have so many businesses. Like they own Twitch, they have their AWS business, their online stores. Like, look at just their Amazon Web Services. This is insane growth that brings the most money to their bottom line. It's up 19% year over year. So, anyway, Amazon, I believe the risk to reward looks really fair on that one. Yo, here, oh, ISRG. This is a super impressive company that every time I look at them, it just gets more impressive. So check this out. This company deserves the high valuation that it has. So they sell instruments and accessories. They own a lot of patents. And look at this business. It's up 23% year over year. So incredible growth on their instruments. And look at the systems. That business is up 36%. It had a huge jump up in revenue. But anyway, look at this right here. The revenue was up 25% year over year. Like that's incredible, like organic sales growth. And look at this net income. They're making over 2 billion a year easily. So anyway, they deserve all the hype. Yeah, look at the free cash flow. It's very nice. So I do like that company. Major growth one. Hmm. Oh, EPD. So yeah, EPD right here. This is a company that I'd be careful because this company pays you a K1 tax form. When I first started investing, I didn't know some companies are not actually, this isn't a stock that you're buying units. This is an MLP. You're technically a partner in the company and no longer a shareholder, because they're a master limited partnership, and because they're an MLP, they send you a K1 tax form, and they're notoriously hard to fill out, and it costed me $400 with an accountant the first year I invested, so it was unfortunate. But because they're an MLP, they have this 7% dividend yield, and it's completely sustainable because they're an MLP. But anyway, I don't like them for the tax complications, but congrats if you own them. They've had some nice stock price appreciation, and you get the nice dividend. But I don't like the K1 tax form. They're one of the few stocks that do that. Yo, what 15 said ticker symbol FIX? Yeah, that's a company I've been dollar cost averaging into. Like, I recommend if you want to buy a stock, again, not financial advice. Mm. Instead of spending all your money at once on a stock, I recommend you do the more patient approach and, slowly buy the company every couple days. It doesn't always work. Like, look at this stock right here. Even though we dollar cost average into it, we are still down bad on them. But here's a new stock I've been dollar cost averaging into. I really like this company. Phenomenal growth. They repair HVACs. Look at this. Their mechanical business is up 42%. Incredible growth, up 42%. If you go to the electrical business, that's up 23% year over year. So both of their businesses are growing like crazy. All their revenue comes from the US, and this is insane. The net income was up 59. The sales were up 37, so that means they're growing their net margins. Everything about this company is super impressive. They have 500 million of net cash. When I bought them, 8% of the market cap is just cash on hand. So anyway, the PE is so cheap on this company too, and they report earnings I think tomorrow. April 24th. That's 2 days from now. So they're either gonna go up or down a bunch in a couple of days. Yo, Alex Middle said Meta stock, dude. Absolutely. Let's check them out real quick and look at them after hours. If you're a shareholder, I'm sure you're happy right now because look at this right here. Meta is up 4% after hours. Pretty impressive. So check this out. Meta right here. Look at their active users. They have 3.35 billion daily active users. And that's not the best part. It's actually the bottom line here. They made 21 billion of net income just in the most recent quarter. It's a record net income. They're growing their margin an unbelievable amount. Their net margins of 43%. Yo, Sahid. Yo, thank you so much for the 6 roses, my friend. I appreciate you, Sahid. Thank you so much. If you got a stock you want me to look at, let me know. I'll check it out for you. And yeah, hey, thanks for all the follows. Yeah, if you want to hit the follow button, we go live every day, twice a day. I don't sell anything. I don't have a course, book, Discord, WhatsApp, Telegram. I don't got none of that. Watch out for people impersonating me. Wait, HVAC repairs? Yeah, dude. This company services like over 2,000 buildings and HVACs, and they do plumbing as well. The Everything about that company impresses me. I've made a lot of YouTube videos about them. Um, so let's see. Palantir. Oh yeah. What's it? Oh, this is a brokerage right here. If you want to get this brokerage, go to the link tree in my bio. But someone asked this on the YouTube chat. So yo, if you go to the link in the description, it should be the first link there. It's called Moomoo. Anyway, let's look at Palantir right here. Look at this right here. I absolutely love this company. The government is most of their revenue, dude. So many police stations use Palantir and their software. And it's up 40%. That's insane growth. It's up 40% year over year. And the commercial revenue is up 31% year over year. So incredible growth. And they have no debt. That's the most impressive part. Palantir is debt free with, let's see, $5.3 billion of cash. That's incredible. I actually have a watch list here of stocks with no debt. You've probably heard of some of these. GameStop has no debt. DocuSign, Duolingo, Pinterest, Zoom, Reddit, Yelp. Hopefully you've heard of some of these companies. But anyway, let's hopefully you can add one of these to your watch list, or hopefully you can find a new stock or something. Not financial advice here, but yeah. Do you think Tesla will drop hard tomorrow? I don't know, man. I feel like Tesla's just gonna slowly bleed out, or I don't really know. Tesla's its own entity that's like detached from the fundamentals. So yeah, look at the. I mean, they're still down year to date 36%, but hey, they've had a nice little rally after hours, 5% gain. The whole market's up after hours. This is incredible. It's a great day to own some stocks here. Every stock that we own in here is up on the day. Oh, a stock I bought yesterday, a brand new company I bought for the first time is United Health Group. So yeah, that's my newest purchase. Let's see. Yo, what about Nara? The first time you asked about Peloton, I looked at it. If you missed anything, you can. I'm streaming on YouTube as well. Um, you can replay it on there. Yeah, my YouTube channel is in the link tree in my bio. It's just called Nathan Robert if you want to type it in. So someone said ECOR stock. So this is Electro Core. This thing's see you later. What 15? Yo, Jello. I gotta show you something. My new UNH position. Anyway, I'd stay away from this company. This is a $47 million company. Like, this thing looks so risky. Let's see. Do they have any sales? So the sales are nothing. So the sales are 7 million. At least it is growing. That's the good news. It is up 35% year over year, but they're losing a lot of net income. I just be careful with that one. Nothing's really blowing me away there. The sales are growing though, and they're losing less net income. So it's not terrible actually. Tesla earnings just came out. The Tesla earnings came out a couple hours ago, or like 2 hours ago. But yeah, dude, Tesla's doing great today. They're up 10% from 1 a.m. to this morning. I can't look at the most recent numbers, but yeah, oh yeah, I wanted to show Jello, this is my new UNH position. My main account, I'm streaming on my second TikTok account right now. My main account's not banned, but I can't live stream on it, so it's pretty much banned if I can't stream. Anyway, look at this right here. We bought 4 shares of UNH. We're basically flat on it, up 0.1%. But yeah, that's my newest purchase today. And oh yeah, here's us year to date. We're down 9% year to date. Let me compare that to the QQQ. So we're down 9% year to date. Qs are down 11.6. So we're doing slightly better than the Qs. I mean, still nothing to brag about, but yeah. Let's see here. Hey, thanks for the follow. Oh yeah, AEM stock. Let's check out this one. I don't think I've heard of them before. Agnico Eagle. So they're a huge company. Wow, they're at an all-time high. Yo, congrats if you own them. You're definitely up on your money. They're a Canadian company. So, whoa, this must be a gold-related stock. So they looks like they own a bunch of mines, Detour Lake mines. So I'm assuming they just own a bunch of gold and sell gold. Let's check out the net income. Yeah, look at that. They make like 500 million of net income a quarter. Maybe they had they had a one-time adjustment right there. Yeah, wow. It's up 112% their operating profit. That's super impressive. Yeah, I can see why this stock's at an all-time high. The cash from operations was up 55%. Dude, the free cash, dude, that's ridiculous. I see why this one's doing so good. I'm probably just following the price of gold. Let's see. Hey, thoughts on Micron? Oh, yeah, dude, let's check out Micron. So yeah, they kind of do what Nvidia does. They do the computer networking. That's the main growth segment for them. So yeah, look at this. Their computer networking business at MU, incredible growth. It is up 108% year over year. That's great growth. And their next biggest revenue stream is from SBU. This is up 53%. Mobile, ooh, this one was down 33%. Embedded was down 7. But anyway, overall, business is growing, and so is the bottom line here. If we zoom out, Micron used to lose net income every quarter. It was a little risky, but now they're making a lot of net income every quarter. The PE is not really fair now that they're finally making net income. So let's see. The PE is a 16.8. The industry average is a 31. So pretty fair valuation on MU, in my opinion. They're kind of like an Nvidia competitor. Nvidia is trading at 23 times forward PE. Also, Nvidia is at a very fair valuation as well. You know what? Let's do some quick analysis on. What up? Let's get it. Good to see you. But yeah, here's Nvidia right here. They're trading at 23 times forward net income, and yeah, they're supposed to see like a $5 billion revenue hit from the tariffs and the ban. of selling chips to China. But here's the good news about Nvidia. Look at this. They have an 18% PC GPU market share. Incredible. The automotive revenue keeps on growing as well. They partner with WeRide, GM, Cadillac, and here's why they deserve all the hype. I mean, no other company is growing like this. Their compute and networking revenue is up 101% year over year. I mean, it's unbelievable growth, and same with their bottom line. The net income was 22 billion. I mean, that's like such a ridiculous amount of net income. So that's the good news about Nvidia. The assets keep on growing as well, and the PE right now is a 33, but the forward PE is a 24. And Nvidia is so big, they own partially of some companies right here. Like Nvidia owns part of APLD and WeRide. Remember their automotive business was rising. Nvidia's kind of competes with Tesla almost, but Nvidia took a stake in a WeRide. Stock goes to 40, and now they're back down at an all-time low. I'd stay away from that one. They're Chinese, but yeah, that's Nvidia's portfolio right there. So yeah, Tesla auto sales are down 20%. Missed, dude. The analyst. That's what's crazy, Gabe. The analysts were so wrong about Tesla's earnings. The analysts missed like crazy on the adjusted EPS. The operating profit was like 400 million on Tesla. It was super low. Actually, let me go to this right here. Wait, the aerospace companies. They're saying Tesla's a big aerospace company. Well, look at their operating profit right here. You see how in the most recent quarter it was 1.5 billion? Well, just imagine now the next quarter it's only 400 million. It's down another 50% after being down 50% from the previous year. This is when Tesla was so peak. They were making so much money. It was ridiculous. But now it's like they lost all their growth and it's only 400 million in the most recent quarter. So it was a little scary, but the stock's doing great. So congrats if you own them. So yeah. Oh, and yeah, here's our main portfolio on the day. So the after hours is crazy. That's what I mainly wanted to, you know, go over with the stream. Yeah, if you guys got any stocks you want to look at, let me know. We're looking at both the YouTube and the TikTok chat. So yeah, here's how our portfolio did on the day. McDonald's came out. Beat they had a crazy beat on their April sales from their Minecraft meal. If anyone's heard of the McDonald's Minecraft meal, um, that's it's doing great for them. They're nearly at an all-time high. McDonald's is uniquely recession resilient. In 2008, McDonald's never fell because the stock is so recession resistant. They're really a royalty real estate company. Look at QQQ for me. Yeah, so I'll give you some. Here's some not financial advice, but here's a great ETF. Never buy QQQ. In my opinion, you should buy QQQM. It is the exact same ETF with the exact same NASDAQ 100 strategy, but it has a lower expense ratio. Invesco goes out of their way to not advertise QQQM because why would they do that? They're going to promote QQQ because of the high expense ratio. So yeah, I would buy QQQM. I love the top holdings. It's big tech. It's Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Meta, Costco, Netflix. Dude, all these companies I would happily own individually. Look at Netflix. Netflix is kind of seen as tariff proof. That's what I've been hearing about Netflix. How you're going to tariff Netflix in. Look at their premium subscribers. Their premium subscribers went from 282 million to 301 million. Incredible growth on their premium subscribers, and this net income is nuts. They're literally making 2 to 3 billion of net income every single quarter. I mean, it's ridiculous the profits that they're making here. So that's why Netflix deserves to be close to all-time highs. Oh yeah, and also Apple, I think, is at a very fair valuation. Apple, you don't really want to trade this one. You just want to buy and hold it for the long run. I love the smell of my portfolio on fire in the mornings. Yo, Jeff Mack, really good to see you, man. You're up 6.5% on the day. That's incredible. We were up, let's see, 3.8% in here. In our main Mumu account right here, we are up 5.8% in here. So, dude, that's what's up, man. What was your biggest winner today? But I wanted to look at Apple real quick, dude. Here's why this company is just a great one to buy and hold for the long run. Look at their smartphone market share. They have a 23% smartphone market share. Like I'm on an iPhone. Yeah, 55% of all their revenue just comes from the iPhone. And then their services business. This is what's crazy. If ever you go buy something in the App Store, Apple takes a 30% transaction fee on that. It's all high margin for them. And that business is up 14% year over year. Then they have the wearables like the AirPods, the Mac, the iPad. So yeah. And here's why they're so heavily affected by tariffs. Just 36% of their business comes from the US. Then it's EU, China, all these other countries. They're also a great dividend growth stock. Think stocks will go up or down tomorrow. Not financial advice. I think they're going to be up tomorrow, especially with today's after hours rally. Oh, here we go. ECC. What's this company right here? So Eagle Point Credit. They were up 3% on the day. Ooh, this is one of the high yielding BDCs. So yeah, this is a BDC right here. They actually have to pay out most of their income in the form of a dividend by law. Yo, here's a cool ETF. If you might like this one. This is ticker symbol BIZD. Look at this one, Jeff Mack. They literally own. Oh, okay. They literally, it's an ETF that owns a bunch of BDCs right here. So it's a cool ETF. If you don't know which individual BDC to buy, its largest holding is Ares Capital, up 9.3%. Yo, listen carefully. That's awesome, man. Um, what should I buy? Bitcoin is booming. It's kind of tough to buy stuff right now. I mean, we're seeing an incredible rally right now. I mean, especially in the after hours market. So the time to buy was kind of today or before today. And wow, dude, Bitcoin's almost back to 100,000. That's crazy. Yeah, there's still for the 3 month down 12%, but love the dividend. Yeah, dude, the dividend stocks. I love the passive income. Actually, if y'all don't know, every stock that I own in here pays a dividend. Oh yeah, my most recent purchase, Jeff, is actually United Health Group. I decided to pick up 4 shares of them. They're trading at 16 times forward net income, and they have a 2% dividend yield, and they're a dividend king. So this company has been raising their dividend for over 50 years. Never had to cut it once. Not during 2008, during 2020. So yeah. Let's see. What should I buy right now? Again, not financial advice. Yeah. Chris Greenfield. I would buy QQQM. This is one of my favorite ETFs to buy. It's the exact same thing as the QQQ, but with a lower expense ratio, and it holds all my favorite tech companies. Or you could maybe buy some of these individually. Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Broadcom is a great one. Costco, Netflix. So if you don't know which one to buy, just have this ETF hold them all for you. And if you're looking for a bit of a higher yielding ETF, I like SCHD. This one has a 4% dividend, so you get 1% of your money back every year with this ETF. And its top holdings are a lot of like the Warren Buffett type stocks like Coca-Cola, Verizon, Altria, Pepsi, Chevron. Like here, let's go check out Warren Buffett's portfolio. He's the ultimate dividend investor. And look, his largest holding is Apple, which is a dividend growth company. And then he has American Express, yeah, Coca-Cola, Bank of America, Chevron. Like, yeah, if you're looking for a really high yielding stock, the oil stocks give nice dividends and they're qualified as well. You actually get a 4.75% qualified dividend with Chevron. So you basically get 5% of your money back just from a dividend from Chevron, not including the stock price appreciation. You probably won't outperform the market in the long run with oil stocks, but you get the nice dividend and exposure to oil. Hope it goes down. Yeah, dude, I feel you. Whenever I have cash on hand, I just want the market to go down. I feel you, man, so I can buy the dip. Yeah, dude, me too, Chris. I bought the dip a little yesterday. Yesterday, I bought Google, Amazon, and United Health Group. Yeah, we do. I mean, 1 share of Amazon, 2 shares of Google. Um, Nvidia drop tomorrow or no? Yo, Nadim, what's up, man? Yo, I think Nvidia is probably going to be green tomorrow, especially with this after hours rally. Here, let me go to my watch list down here. So Nvidia's up 5.45% on the day. I mean, year to date, they're still down 25% year to date. But that just means like there's a lot of room for them to just slingshot higher. Like, look, they're up 5% on the day. It's nothing compared to where they were 1 month ago. I think they have a lot of room to maybe keep on going up. So let's see. ADT, I have this one and they report earnings this week. Yeah, dude, Google reports earnings later this week. So let's check it out. So they report on April 24th. Wait, so let's see. It looks like their lockups expires on April 20 or April 17th. Or anyway, the stock's kind of been flat for a couple years. They have a 2.8% dividend yield. What was the market cap? A $6 billion company trading at 15 times PE, so a pretty fair valuation. Monitoring and related services. So yeah, that's probably why they're at a low valuation. The sales have kind of just been flat. What about the security? So that's actually seen some nice growth, up 27% year over year. So anyway, if we go to the revenue right here, revenue's up 7. Net income looks like that was a one-time adjustment. Yeah, so it was up. You know, the profits were flat from the previous year, but yeah, they make like 300 million of net income a quarter. I can see why they pay a dividend. They can afford to do that. They're an all right company. You've probably done it before, but Hims, yo, what up, Alex? Yeah, let's check out. I have not looked at them today, actually. This is a debt-free company with some incredible growth. Yeah, I got you. So, Here's the good news about this company. It's this incredible growth that like the sales are up 95%. I mean, that's incredible growth. That's why they deserve all the hype that they have. And so's the bottom line. Look at that. They're making net income every quarter. Uh, Profits are at a record. The free cash flow's at a record. And the balance sheet is as well. It's a completely debt-free company with how much cash? $300 million halas of cash. Yeah, they're in my debt-free watch list right here. Every stock in here has no debt. Like Yelp, Celsius, Reddit. Yo, honestly, let me show you guys Reddit real quick because this is a company that has no debt that really impressed me. And I do own them, so I might be biased. Yeah, look at that. I got 4 shares of Reddit. Dang, they're up 7% after hours. Look at that. There's my cost basis on the 1 minute chart there. But here's my quick analysis on Reddit for you. Now, forget the name Reddit. Forget that they're called Reddit. Let's judge them off their financials. The sales are up 71% year over year. I mean, that's so incredible. The sales are up 71% to a new record. And look at the balance sheet. They literally have no debt at all. Completely debt-free company with how much cash? 1.84 billion of cash. So that's why I like them. Just because they have no debt, though, doesn't mean they'll do good. Like if we look at like Pinterest, for example, this company's like at their IPO price. Hey, what up, Rio? What's up, man? Just joined. How's it going? So Blue said, any idea about Tesla? So honestly, I'm just staying away from Tesla right now. Like their earnings, like whew, the earnings weren't good, but the stock is doing great. You know, that like we can see their total vehicles delivered was down 13% year over year, which isn't great. And look at their automotive business. You know, they kind of lost their growth. The automotive sales are down 5% year over year. The energy business, though, this is kind of like the huge growth factor. The energy business was up 112% year over year. So, this isn't even the most recent quarter's numbers. Oh, wait, here it is. Nope, this is the most recent quarter. So check this out. This is 2025 Q1. Look at this. They missed on revenue by a huge chunk. They missed on diluted net income. The analysts were so wrong. And the EBITDA, this is the scary part. The EBITDA was 399 million. That is so scary. 400 million of EBITDA. I mean, that is not good. So, but the stock's doing good. Hey, thanks, Rio. Yeah, I'm doing good too. You know, I'm doing great, especially after today's little bump right here. Look at this. Like Trump just came out and said that he wants interest rates to be lower and that he doesn't want to fire Jerome Powell. So yeah, dude, what up, Servant? Yeah, dude, after hours is going nuts right now. We're up 1.33% after hours. Yeah, dang, look at McDonald's, dude. No way. Is that an all-time high? $323? That might be an all-time high on McDonald's today. So congrats if you own them. I don't believe it. Like a lot of stocks are off all time highs. Like look at Meta. Like they're doing great today, but they're still down 11% year to date. Yeah, look at Meta on the 1 day. This is incredible. They're up 4% after hours. So yeah, Tesla got beat up and stuff. Well, Tesla, yeah, I'm shocked that they're up today. So that's that's all I'll say about that. Yo, also, here's our Roth IRA. Our Roth IRA is up today as well. Yo, Kroger hit an all-time high today. I think this might be a little glitch, or they might actually be down after hours, but Kroger actually hit an all-time high today. So they're kind of recession resistant. I like Kroger. We're up like, how much are we up on them? We didn't buy them too long ago. Yeah, we're up 8.8% on them. So yeah. Ooh, Yurt said check out Coca-Cola. So yeah, dude, that's a great dividend play. You know, Warren Buffett owns that one. So yeah, that's 11% of his portfolio. Mm. Look at that. Coca-Cola is at an all-time high today as well, just like McDonald's. And even at an all-time high, this ETF still pays a 2.7% dividend yield. So that's what's so great about this stock. You get the nice dividend yield. Berkshire Hathaway, which is, you know, Warren Buffett's portfolio, is the largest shareholder. So Warren Buffett owns 9 point or is the largest shareholder, owns 9% of the company. They just make 2 to 3 billion of net income every quarter. It's incredible. So yeah, they have a safe dividend. Um, Check out OSCR. Or have you heard of them? Yes, I have. I actually used to own this company. Um, Oscar Health. This is like a health life insurance company. There's some good news and there's some bad news. Here's the good news, the great news actually. Look at this annual sales. It's incredible. This is what I look for in a company. In 2019, the sales were 500 million. Now it's 9.8 or 9.18 billion for the full year 2024. That's some incredible growth. But the thing you're struggling with is profitability. So the net income was still negative in the most recent quarter, but I like that the sales are growing at that incredible amount. GoPro stock, yo, dude, this company is going bankrupt, kind of like Papa John's Pizza and Red Robin Burgers, dude. They're all going bankrupt. This is so sad. Has anyone heard of GoPro before? Like those cameras? Well, the whole company is worth $70 million, and the stock is literally at an all-time low today. So remember that. Remember this number. The whole company is worth 70 million, and just in the most recent quarter, they lost 37 million. So they lost literally half the company just in the most recent quarter in net income. So let's say you buy the whole company for 77 million. Well, you just bought an asset that loses like 30 million of net income a quarter. Wow, they lost 300 million that one quarter? I don't believe it. The cash from operations is negative. Yeah, that stinks for GoPro. Yo, what up? Only Potty said, yeah, I liked GoPro 5 years ago. Yo, I can't believe that. Oh, how'd Sprouts Farmers Market do today? Yeah, dude, I own them too, dude. Sprouts Farmers Market is doing great. I got 7 shares of them. So yeah, dude, they're growing incredibly, their net income and their margins. So that's what I like about them. Someone said BTC. Yeah, Bitcoin right here, they're getting close to 100,000. Look at that. Bitcoin's at 93,000. They have a nice little green candle today. So let's go. And what's cool about Bitcoin is they don't report earnings, They can't miss on their margins or anything. So that's kind of a cool, feature about Bitcoin. Yo, Gary said ticker symbol ASO. Do you know the difference between um it's just the people who run the ETF. Yeah, so it's just the management team. Yeah, and the expense ratios. No big deal. But here's ASO right here. This is like a store, Academy Sports and Outdoors. So yeah, they sell apparel. This is why the companies they just sell commodities. That's down 8%. They sell outdoor equipment, sports and recreation. But look at the net income right here. So sales are down 6 and net income is down 20%. So they're losing their net margins. Net margins fell 15%, not great, but you do get a nice dividend. You get a 1.2% dividend, and the payout ratio is only an 8%. So you actually have a lot of room to raise that dividend. The PE ratio must be dog cheap on this company to have that. What the? Let me check the PE ratio. And well, they're trading at 6 times PE. They're trading at 6 times net income. Wow, they're trading at like a commodity multiple. Yeah. Yeah, 95K Bitcoin. It's crazy, this after hours movement. So let's see. Yeah, SPLG. Well, let me type it in. SPLG versus VOO. So let's see. Yeah, so this one's just run by Spider. The stock prices should move the same. Yeah, the top holdings are the same. It's Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Meta. So yeah, if you want to get exposure to the S&P 500, SPLG is one way to do it. Just buy and hold that one for the long run. What do you think about Tesla, the earnings report? Yo, I didn't like the Tesla earnings report. They triple missed. They missed on every metric, but the stock is up. Um, I think Elon maybe gave some good news on the earnings call. I haven't done the research. I've been streaming through the earnings call, so I haven't kept up with the updates. But I'll do some research after this. But from at first glance, the analysts were completely wrong. They missed like crazy on every metric. They missed like 20% on sales, 50% on net income, like 80% on EBITDA. So anyway, here's PEBO. So this company has a 5.6% dividend yield. So that's really interesting. They have a nice dividend yield. Let's see. Yeah, the net income's down 17% year over year. That's not great, but the payout ratio is only a 48%, so their 6% dividend yield is actually sustainable. They even have a little bit of room to raise that, but I'd like to see the net income kind of start to grow back up. Oh, here, Dell stock. Let's check this out. Oh yeah, Tesla on the earnings call, he's like, or Elon said Tesla's going to be the most valuable company, worth more than the 5 other companies behind it combined. I'm wording that weird. You know what? Oh well. Here's Dell Technologies. Here's what's crazy about them. You get a nice dividend. You get a 2.1% dividend yield. The payout ratio is only at 30%. So they have room, of course, to raise their dividends. So yeah, their client solutions, infrastructure solutions. How's that doing? Uh, Infrastructure solutions is up 21% year over year. So that's actually some nice growth. What about the net income? So yeah, look at that. Net income's up 23%. They're making like easy over $1 billion of net income every quarter. So not bad. That's a nice dividend growth company. 2% yield, a low PE as well. They're like a value stock. Oh yeah, well, what's up? Let's check out ALC. What's this company right here? Alcon. So I've not heard of this one before. This app is telling me that there is a megaphone bottom. Is that even a real metric? I don't know, but the stock's doing it. So let's do some analysis on them. So They sell, oh, they're in the surgical industry. So this is like a niche company. So it's surgical vision care. The business isn't growing too much, unfortunately. That's probably why the stock hasn't moved too much. The sales are up 6%. Net income was down 30%. Well, actually, that was a one time adjustment. Operating profit was up 89%. So actually, the business is doing pretty good. Their margins are growing very nicely. The balance sheet looks good. So actually, yeah, they're pretty decent. Pretty decent. Um, Trump said that he would be lowering the 145 tariff if oh, James said SNOW. So let's check out Snow Stock. So yeah, dude, this is like a Palantir's competitor. They kind of do the same thing as Palantir. And check this out. There's some good news and some bad news. Here's the incredible news. Look at their product revenue. This is what's so impressive. In 2020, the sales were 250 million. Now it's 3.5 billion. That's incredible growth. But here's the bad news. While the sales are up 27, they're burning a lot of net income. They're losing like 300 million of net income a quarter. So that's what's scaring me. That's like they have so much stock-based comp that they're super far negative in their net income. So yeah, if you're wondering, like the free cash flow is positive when you add the stock-based comp back to the free cash flow, which is included in GAAP net income, they're losing 300 million a quarter because of stock-based comp. So that's the bad. That's why the stock has been hurt so much because they haven't been profitable. But once they get profitable, they're going to look pretty attractive. Oh yeah, we can also, what up, all things. He said Palantir. Let's look at Palantir as well, dude. This is another great software. They're a debt-free company as well. Literally no debt on Palantir, and most of their revenue actually comes from the government. Check this out. A lot of police stations are using Palantir software, and the revenue is up 41% year over year. So that's some incredible growth. And not just the government, but the S&P 500 companies and their commercial revenue is up 31% year over year to a new record. So Palantir is just an incredible growth stock, and they have a monster balance sheet with no debt and whoa, 5.3 billion of cash. So yeah, nice. Let's see. Maya said IREN. It's a Bitcoin mining company. So let's check it out. So yeah, the stock price unfortunately has not kept up with Bitcoin. You know, I would probably rather just own Bitcoin itself, but let's see. They are the revenue just jumped up. Yeah, their assets are growing because the price of Bitcoin was growing so much. But yeah, honestly, I'd rather just own Bitcoin because the stock prices hasn't kept up with Bitcoin. Hey, what up, Adrian? Good to see you, friend. At this point, just buy anything. Yo, Alta. Yo, your portfolios. What happened, bro? Yo, for the market is doing great. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I don't believe this. My phone, my other phone on the other side of the room won't stop going off. Okay. So, yeah, look at the after hours market. We're up 1.3% in the after hours market. It is a dang, McDonald's was up 5% on the day. That was crazy. And so, yo, Nicole said, check out UNH, yo, United Health Group. This is a new stock I just bought. Check this out. This is my most recent, newest dividend stock purchase. I bought 4 shares of Dell. So, yeah, that's, ooh, Ricardo said STAG. So this is Stag Industrial. This is a monthly paying dividend stock. And look at this dividend yield right here. They have a 4.5% dividend yield. The payout rate, the dividend is actually sustainable because this is a real estate investment trust. They're a REIT. They do triple net leases for warehouses. The number you actually want to look at is this right here. They're making like 100 million a quarter. It's great. So yeah, that's a monthly paying sustainable REIT dividend stock. I like them. So Temp or Tempest AI, or yo, I would stay away from Big Bear AI. That one is just burning so much money. But this one mm, was bought by Nancy Pelosi's husband. So Nancy Pelosi's husband took a huge stake into oops, sorry about that. There we go. Yeah, we almost at the 1 hour mark. I appreciate y'all being here. Yeah, if y'all wanted the follow button, we go live every day, twice a day. I don't sell anything. I don't have a course, book, Discord, WhatsApp, Telegram, none of that. But look at this. Here's what's so cool about Tempest AI. They're in a very niche business. They're in the genomics industry. And look at this. It's up 31% to a new record. So, and not just that, but look at their data and services business. It is up 45% to a new record. That's the real winner here. So, yeah, the volume on that one's crazy. I'm sure you already talked about this, but the Tesla EPS miss. So yeah, Tesla triple missed. I'll show you this right here. The analysts were so wrong, by the way. So this right here, the orange line is what the analysts were expecting. This is updated. They were expecting 21 billion. Well, they reported 19 billion of revenue. This was the huge miss. The EPS, which is the net income missed by over 50%, and the EBITDA missed by 80%. Or like, it was crazy these misses. But the stock did great. The stock is up 4.8% after hours. I think it was on news. Like Elon said, I'm no longer working at Doge. I'm going to put way more hours into Tesla. But financials, fundamentally, the earnings were not good there on Tesla. Ooh, here's a cool stock. TTWO. So this is the company that owns Rockstar Games. So if you've heard of GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption, and GTA 6 is about to come out, this is the company that owns it. And dang, look at that stock is pretty close to an all-time high. The revenue right now is there's no growth, but the growth is expected to come whenever GTA 6 is released. So yeah, sales are down 0.5% after hours. So yeah, I wonder what day they're going to release GTA 6. I wonder how much it's going to cost and stuff. Tesla rug pull tomorrow. Yo, I would believe it, but Tesla's like a just mind of its own. The investors, like, the valuation just is disconnected from its fundamentals. Hey, I just opened account. Where do I go from here? Hey, what's up, man? I'm not sure. I would, buy your favorite kind of companies. Again, none of this is financial advice. I would like put the majority of my portfolio into VOO. This is the S&P 500 right here. It breaks your money up for you into all the top companies like Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Meta. And I own a lot of these companies individually. Like if I go right here, I own Google, I own Meta. Actually, every stock in here is in the S&P 500 that I own in here. Every stock in, or my Robinhood portfolio, every stock in here is in the S&P 500, and they all pay a dividend. So this is like my dividend growth portfolio. Yo, McDonald's, I don't believe it. McDonald's all-time high today. Kroger also is at an all-time high today. So anyway, do you watch Meet Kevin? Yeah, not really. Sometimes. Oh, okay, here we go. BITO. Someone said full ported 40,000 into Tesla 240 calls. Hey, you did that before the market closed, and congratulations, bro. You just made a lot of money. So here's BITO. This is the Bitcoin ETF. I think they sell calls on Bitcoin. This thing has a 69% dividend yield. So if you buy this ETF, they're claiming you get 69% of your money back in a dividend. I think it's obviously unsustainable. So I'd be careful with this ETF. I'm not, I need to do more research on this one, but I think they just sell calls on Bitcoin. Uh, yeah, Bitcoin's an asset you want to sell calls on because you get um, the high premiums, so high dividend yields. Ooh, CRWD. Yo, James said CRWD. This is CrowdStrike right here. Actually, let me go to Nancy Pelosi's portfolio. If we go to Nancy Pelosi's portfolio right here, I think one of her largest holdings is, 3.7% of her portfolio is in CrowdStrike. This is a huge cybersecurity stock right here. And this is the best part right here is the sales. I'll just go to it down here. The sales in the most recent quarter were up 25% year over year. That's some incredible sales growth. So, yeah, they're a huge cybersecurity company. A lot of the S&P 500 companies use CrowdStrike. So, yeah. Anyway, I really appreciate y'all being here. If y'all want to hit the follow button, we go live every day, twice a day. I don't sell anything. I don't have a course book, Discord, WhatsApp, Telegram. What's out for people impersonating me? So yeah, I really appreciate y'all being here. If you do want to support me though, I do have a YouTube channel. If you go to the link tree in my bio, my YouTube channel is called Nathan Robert. I'm streaming on there as well. You can also replay the stream if you missed anything. Man, good luck. Oh wait, Jeff Mack. You know what? I got you. Since you're a member, Jeff Mack, he's a member. I really appreciate you. We'll look at CZR stock. So let's see, this company right here, they pay a dividend. I don't know. Why can't I view the dividend? So they don't pay a dividend. Okay, that's all right. What's the PE ratio on this company? So the PE is a negative 20. So that means their net income must be negative. So yeah, look at it. That's not great. So sometimes this company loses net income. Hey, appreciate you, Rio. Thanks for being here. So yeah, the net income did go positive in the most recent quarters. Oh, look at that. They made 24 million. So as long as they can keep up that net income growth, that would be great news. Ooh, the operating profit and net income are so disconnected. That's super rare. Operating profit was down 12, sales were down 1. What about gross margins? Uh, I would be careful with this one. They're in this industry. I don't want to say that word. Hey, thanks for the follow, Maya. Yeah. Oh, and we can you know what? We'll look at AI as well. This is a company I would avoid. Ticker symbol AI. So, yo, Otter, yo, thanks so much for the, I got to look at Palantir as well because he gifted the rose. I really appreciate you, my friend. So here's C3 AI. Here's why I would avoid this company right here. If we go to their, let's see, revenue. Wait. So actually, I might be thinking of a different stock. The revenue's up 26% year over year. Ooh, they're losing a lot of money though. So look at that. They lost $80 million in the most recent quarter. So it looks like the company's probably falling because they can't get profitable. Yeah, the net income losses are worsening even though the revenue is growing. What about the cash from operations? Yeah, cash from operations is negative still. So this company is struggling to get to profitability. I think they're like diluting the shareholder as well. So yeah, I love the sales growth is good though. We want to see them get profitable though. So, hey, yo, Otter, thanks again for the roast here. Here's Palantir stock. This is a debt-free company, by the way. So, no debt on Palantir. And look, a lot of the police stations from the government, use Palantir. And look at the growth. This is what I like to look for. The fundamentals are growing on Palantir. It's up 41%, literally to a new record. That's incredible growth. Same with the commercial revenue. That's also at a new record, up 31%. So incredible. And this balance sheet's incredible. No debt at all. And actually, here, since we're at the end of the stream here, hopefully you can get some value out of this. Here's my watch list of all debt-free companies. And just because the company has no debt doesn't mean they'll do good. Like, look at Pinterest. Pinterest is flat since its IPO price, but you've maybe heard of some of these companies. Like DocuSign's debt-free. I do own some DocuSign. I wouldn't buy them right here. Duolingo's debt-free. Has anyone heard of the Opera GX browser? They're a publicly traded stock. They're worth like $1 billion. Zoom, Reddit is debt free, Celsius, and Yelp. And Powell Industries. I own Powell Industries as well. One of my bigger winners. So anyway, I really appreciate y'all being here. If y'all want to hit the follow button, I'd really appreciate that. And if you want to get this brokerage right here, this app that I'm on right here, if you go to the link tree in my bio, it's the very first link there. It's my favorite brokerage to use. It's where I like to keep my idle cash. Like if you look in the middle of my screen right here, I got $500 of cash. You get the nice APY. So anyway, hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all are the best. And check out my most recent YouTube channel. It's called Nathan Roberts in the link tree in my bio. See y'all later. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for y'all on the YouTube stream. Jeff.